So MK Ultra Money made some content that I want to respond to, even though it really has nothing to do with anything relevant today, but it's just something as an omnipresent threat to the world. And at least I think that's what the variant of COVID is called now, Omicron. I know it sounds like a Transformers villain. That's because it is. Anyway, point is that one of the things they talked about on the stream was Ellen DeGeneres and about how when she got canceled for basically being a huge bitch. And let's face it, I don't care about Ellen. She's a woman. She's a lesbian. Oh, worst of both worlds. But anyway, point is, I feel bad for her, and it's amazing to me how she has been memory hold from our subconscious. We don't talk about Ellen at all anymore. And she had a very hit show on normie television. How does that happen? More importantly, do you understand why Ellen was the way she was? Like, I could completely understand why she was such a huge cunt off the set, and why her show was just so benign and just devoid of content. That's all she could do. You know, when you think about it, what can I do not to be moderated? You're left with nothing. That's why her stupid show was just about her agreeing with her guest and dancing. Ooh, so scandalous. That it's the most dull, dim-witted, fucking plastic content you could possibly imagine. That's the only way you're not going to be moderated, and she still got canceled. That is the Orwellian dystopia that you live in. That it doesn't matter what you do, you will be canceled. You have to make the self-conscious decision. Am I going to be canceled on my terms, on my principles, that fucking mods should be shot in the head, they should be Kyle Rittenhoused? Or are you going to be canceled on their terms over some bullshit? They'll lie about you. Just like when 4chan lies that you broke Global Rule 1. Global Rule 1 means that you're posting illegal content. I would like to know what that illegal content was. You didn't even link it. So that tells me that it's slander. You just slandered me. But it's okay that you slandered me because I'm not a person online. Because if I was a person, you wouldn't be able to fucking ban me to begin with. But you're not willing to have that conversation. Because having that conversation means that you either are openly harassing me 24 hours a day and I want $1 trillion, or it means that you're completely liable for what I say. So even if I was posting illegal content, you were posting illegal content, and I'm gonna get the feds on your ass because I'm just petty like that. And you don't want to meet someone petty like that, but you take that gamble opening up a fucking website to billions of people, and one of them is not gonna put up with your shit. See, it's a whole big layered cake of things, and they depend on people being cooperative and docile and agreeable. Why? Why do we put up with this? We do not have to put up with being moderated. That's what pisses me off the most, is at the end of the day, they are fucking criminals and terrorists. We know this. There is no denying this. This is a fact of life. And we put up with their bullshit. Why? And this comes back to Trump, because they also mentioned how a lot of them voted for Trump the first time. Do I care who they voted for? No. But they should have saw this coming. When they said, oh, Trump turned out to be a giant pussy. Trump turned out to be a liar. Yeah, no shit. The motherfucker got banned from Twitter. He was a sitting president at the time. And he got banned from Twitter, and he let that happen. You know what I would have done as president? There wouldn't be a Twitter right now. There would be a crater where Twitter headquarters used to be. Because, boop, press a button, missile launch, drone strike, they're gone. And guess what? If they want to argue with me about it, hey, would you argue if I sent a missile at an ISIS location? No, you would not. It's the same thing. And if they could chimmer and chammer about how it's not comparable to ISIS, but guess what? I did it, and I compared them to ISIS. So what are you going to do about it? And, you know, you set the standard. Don't let them set the standard. But no, Trump just dealt with it, and he's a grifter. He wants your money. So what does he do? He just goes on the alt-right platforms, and he tries to get your money that way. And he says, oh, well, you know what, the elite control. Yeah, the elite control, and you were the elite. You were the fucking president. You mean to tell me you couldn't even just make their life inconvenient? I don't expect you to be God, but I expect you to do something. And he didn't, because he didn't want to. because it wasn't his problem. Because he figured, despite the injustices that are happening to me as the president, which is a huge disgrace to the law and to everything that has meaning, I'm still making money. I'm still Donald Trump. So he didn't give a fuck. Why should he? And you all, stupid asses, don't realize that was his mentality to begin with. You would do the same thing in his position. Don't act like you wouldn't. But the fact that you're not, self-aware enough to understand that and to comprehend why people do the things that they do, it's aggravating. It's very aggravating and frustrating how everybody pretends like they give a shit about this and that and the other, and they don't understand the first thing about why people do the things that they do and why we're in the situation that we're in. And there's just no self-awareness whatsoever. But hey, let's have fucking pedophile ISIS guys moderate us every fucking minute of every day. Can't even go 5 seconds without breaking the terms of service. But no, nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about fucking, why aren't people getting the vaccine? Why aren't people doing this? Why aren't people just shooting up each other? Honestly, because this is the most fucking frustrating, god-awful existence that you could possibly think of. Like, for thousands of years, barbarian tribes just threw spears at each other. That's why. Because they knew the nature of man, and they were like, fuck that, I ain't putting up with that. But for some reason, somewhere along the way, we became this very submissive pseudo-animal species, and we just want to deal with our suffering and just impose more suffering on each other. It's a very demonic idea.